You've got to be kidding me.
Don't stop moving, keep that tempo.
Okay, yeah, I like this one.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Taste of Reality. My name is Queenie, for those who don't know me, reviewing 90 Day Fiance Season 9, Episode 8. Before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, and leave a comment down below. We're going to start with Bilal and Shaida. Bilal wanted Shaida to join him in Jimma, I think it was called. But right now, Shaida is going through her cycle, and where she's from, it's actually not compulsory for women to attend the Jimma. So they're having a confrontation about the situation, and basically he's like, I had this vision in my mind of what marriage was supposed to be like. When I find the love of my life, it's supposed to be like this. And basically, Shaida is ruining the vision.
No, I was hoping that once I find the woman of my dreams, that, hey, like, she will want to start coming with me. It is an obligation, compulsory for men, women, children to learn your religion. You don't know what I was about to say.
Okay.
See?
In that same conversation, he then picks a fight about a pin she stuck in the couch. And here he goes flaunting his money again. This couch is expensive, da 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 da. And she's like, is the couch made of air? One pin in the couch is not going to ruin the entire couch, you know? Later on in the episode, when he comes back, he finds water on the counter, water on the floor. The spoons are all out of place. And he's like, he's not irate, but he's very, very frustrated. And I feel like there's a gentler way that he could have done it. But in his frustration, he just was like nitpicking at every single thing that Shaida was doing.
I mean, when I left the house, it was pretty clean and spotless.
It's just a little water, babe. Don't overreact.
It's not a little water.
I have to play devil's advocate for a little bit, okay? I do not like Bilal. But I also do not like when people just disorganize things if I've already put it a certain way, or like water on the counter, water on the floor. Hello, the floor is wood. Come on, like what's happening? Like I have a dip in my floor too, and I think like past tenants, I'm pretty sure they left water on the floor, but that's neither here nor there. I do understand his frustration, but I think that also stems from being alone for so long. You have your way of doing things, and when somebody else comes and does it a different way, you feel irritated. It might not be wrong, but to you, you're perceiving it wrong because it's not your way. I don't know what the hell it's going to take for Bilal to finally accept Shaida as Shaida, because it seems like he had the vision of what his marriage was to look like. He alluded to that in the beginning of the episode. And unless Shaida fills in the boxes to the T, he's going to constantly find issues with the marriage. This is why I want Shaida to come and talk about what their marriage was like. I want her to explain where things went left in their union, because I feel like his perfectionist mentality is the reason why that went to crap and why this is going to crap too. And apparently he's been engaged even prior to both of them. It's looking like, Bilal, you're the problem, okay? Right now you're the common denominator, and I'm gonna need you to fix up. Speaking of doing things the right way, we have Emily and Kobe. Emily has been asking Kobe to help around the house so that he can prove that he's worthy of being in Coben's life, I guess, and hers. So the mom brings him out to the farm, and he's there to help out with the labor. However, the way that he's doing it is not the way that Emily is pleased by, and she's constantly nagging at him to do things her way.
I don't think I need you around me when I'm doing this.
I feel like I'd have to show you how it's done, even though I haven't done this for years. Babe, just scoop it in there. Why are you pulling it down?
Can you just shut the fuck up?
I'm not gonna be here then. If you don't need me here, I'm gonna fucking leave.
Now, I don't agree with him swearing at her. I'm a type of person who believes that in a loving relationship, in relationships in general, you should be tender with the people that you're in partnership with. So telling somebody to shut the F up, like, unless that's just how y'all banter, like, let's just not do that. So I do not agree with that. However, Emily is so annoying. She is insufferable. She finds every single little reason to pick at Kobe when, like, It's a mixture of him being new to this union, him being a new father. I said this in the last video. Him being one of few Black people in this environment. Like, there's so much that this guy has to deal with. The least you can do is allow him the space to just be. He's not messing up the farm. He's not putting anybody's life in danger. He's just let the man work the way that he wants to work. Anything he does is wrong. And I'm like, so Emily, how do you expect him to show up and prove himself if you don't give him the space to prove himself? You want him to be the image of what you have already painted in your mind, and he was never going to be that. Mainly for the fact that you guys have only spent physical time with each other a handful of days. You were never going to know how he truly was as a person, regardless of the fact that you guys now have a child together. So you're going to have to ease up, back up, give him some authority in this relationship, or it's not going to work. Another thing that I hate about this dynamic is, like, clearly she doesn't understand an African man, a traditional African man. And some of the things that she's complaining about, of course, they are traditionally American norms, but he's not an American. And he's not going to be an American overnight. And even if he was, I feel like you do have to do a push and pull where you have to give a little bit as well and take in some of his African ideologies in order to understand him better. She has no desire to do that. Doesn't care at all. It's like, this is how we are. This is how we live. And you need to put up or shut up. No, Emily, you shut up. Actually, to be more specific, shut the F up. On to Eve and Mohammed. To make up for the failed friends dinner that she planned, she sets up a time for them to go to a mosque. However, she's feeling uncomfortable about having to cover her head and the segregation that happened at the mosque. But it's like, baby girl, in the same way that you were frustrated with him about not accepting your American traditions, this is his culture. This is his religion. You got to get used to it.
I have to, like, wear a hijab?
Yes. You look nice in your scarf, babe.
I'm not a practicing Muslim, so I don't want to be wearing something that isn't true to form to me.
He claims that before he came, he was very clear that he expects Eve to convert to Islam, and she's very adamant on never becoming a Muslim. And I just wonder if he was as clear with that as he is about him coming to America for another mother. Because it seems like the only person who's unaware that that is his storyline is Yvette. He doesn't step up as a husband. He doesn't step up as a partner, but he wants to reap all the benefits of her being a wife. Doesn't work that way. I do think that she needs to understand that there are certain cultural and religious ideologies that will never change, whether she's comfortable with it or not. If you are going to visit somebody at a mosque, you kind of just have to go with what is already established in that environment. But she played herself. I really don't have much sympathy for her, to be honest. I don't think she vetted this man enough. I don't think she asked enough questions. I don't think I'm even wondering what is the point of being with Mohammed? Is it like validation of like, ooh, look, this young thing still sees me as something he wants to pursue. Like, ooh, you just acquired another dependent. Like, you have Theron, and you now have a second child who you also sleep with, but also is against talking about sex because of religion. It's a whole thing. Later on in the episode, he guilt trips her about her wanting to go out with her friend. And I'm just like, this airy fairy voice of his is so annoying.
So you're going out and I'm staying home.
Like, I'm not going to be gone that long. I will be back very soon.
Are you going to drink with your friend?
It would be nice to have a glass of wine, actually.
Really?
The friend is picking up on a lot of manipulative behavior when it comes to Mohammed. I'm just waiting for Eve to wake up and smell the roses, babe, because you're the only one out of the loop. Moving on to Benny and Ari. Ari takes Benny to an AMA MMA gym where he can start learning or training, because he's already been learning back home, training for different MMA fights. And I mean, although he was, what's the word, like validated by the trainer there, she's now weary that he's going to become a workaholic because they've had this issue in the past.
I know Vinny's excited to finally find a gym that he could train at, but I didn't realize training would be like half a day every day. Vinny is prioritizing his dreams over his family, then it could prevent us from getting married.
Personally, I don't think 2 to 4 hours out of a day is a lot. I mean, a regular work day is 8 hours, and that doesn't include commute for a lot of people. So 2 to 4 hours out of the day isn't something to crack your head over. Don't know why she's tripping, to be honest. But yeah, at the end of the episode, she was really tripping. So Ari feels overwhelmed with, the apartment expenses and having to take care of her family solely at this point. She just got a remote job, but it's over the phone and she's at the park. So I don't know. It seems pretty lackadaisical to me, but she's really feeling the pressure. So when she finds Benny at the gym sparring with a woman, oh, she kicks off.
What's your name?
Hey, just talk to me.
No, I'm talking to her. What's your name?
Because sorry, I forgot.
You forgot? You forgot? There's no one else here. How would you forget? You look great, by the way.
As I should. Hey, it's not like this.
That's what I do.
Should Benny have told her that he would be sparring with a woman? I guess, sure. There was nothing romantic about the situation. I mean, she was saying, oh, you even have false lashes on. I mean, they're extensions, babe. You can't just take them off when you're going to the gym. Like, come on, babe. Come on. I just think, I don't know the story. I don't know the full story of this couple. So I know somebody in the comments was saying, girl, there's more to the story. Don't be fooled by Ari, right? I don't know. I feel like Benny can be the issue a lot of times in this relationship. If it's not a big deal, I feel like, okay, just let her know. I don't think it was that big of a deal, but when you couple that with the whole, maybe he's just gonna get his green card and just do the back and forth thing, and does he really love this woman? All this kind of stuff, it just rattles around my mind. I wonder, what are your thoughts about the relationship? Do you think Benny is the problem in this relationship? Ari's the problem in the relationship? They both the problem in this relationship? What do y'all think? Next, I'm going to go to Patrick and Daise. So Patrick got a job opportunity in Dallas. And at first, Daise was really excited because she thought that they would be leaving John behind, which is not the case.
What am I supposed to say? I already said he could live with us.
Amor, eu não tenho palavra.
I mean, John's lived with me longer than we've been together.
Ele não tem ninguém? Ele não tem amigos?
No.
Não!
Não tem ninguém lá.
That's not my problem.
Later on, when they finally pack up their home and arrive in Dallas, she finds every reason to be annoyed with something. The couch is ugly. The table is ugly. This house is small. When in actuality, it's bigger than the previous house that they lived in. And I'm like, how self-centered and entitled can you be where this person who has sponsored you to come to this country, who has compromised his living situation in order to make you comfortable, he has bent over backwards for this woman. She contributes not a damn thing, but still finds a way to have an issue with everything.
Sua sala so big. Look this.
Yeah, but it's big enough.
A casa tá uma bagunça. Eu achei.
Bagunça? Que bagunça?
Bagunça, tudo. Olha.
What?
Não tem o que fazer, né? Você já vendeu outra casa?
I think that it's important to take his family history in account, and that's why he's very close with John and is having a hard time letting him go. It's the family thing mixed in the last time that he was in a situation where he was left by a woman. John was there. And so potentially, if that happens again, he wants a safety net of having John there. But then we see in the preview, John wants to throw a housewarming party and invites all these women. I mean, John, you're not making it easy to vouch for you, my guy. You're not making it easy. So I wish that they could both look outside of themselves, being John and Daise, and see that at the root of this, we both love this man. I mean, it's a for sure thing with John. We're still working on Daise. How can we make this situation work best for all of us? Because at the end of the day, Daise is being cared for and John is still getting the love from his brother. Like, I feel like both of them are still receiving what they want out of this arrangement. They're just being brats for whatever reason. Last but not least, we have Jabri and Miona. So Miona leveraged her beachfront wedding in exchange for Jabri wanting her to go to Chicago to meet up with David and also this producer who's going to be, you know, hot shot, whatever, right? She is worried that she's not going to get along with David and he's going to ruin the trip, but whatever, it is what it is. So we find out Jabri is broke by choice because David had set up a trucking company. He owns a lot of trucks, a fleet of trucks. Jabri even got his light commercial license, something. He's allowed to work, chooses not to.
We should be focusing on our creative abilities, which can make us tons more money than driving a truck would make us.
How y'all gonna survive? You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta get a
We
job,
always
you gotta
survive.
make money,
What are you talking about?
What's the point of doing it if it's not gonna make him happy?
I'm glad the money changed you. I'm glad you cool with
the
it.
money changed me, okay.
So now Miona wants to talk about why should he do that if that doesn't make him happy. Music makes him happy, so he should stick to the music. The same woman who is shutting down his garden wedding, which would make him happy. Now she wants to talk about he should do what makes him happy. Girl, if you don't, oh, Miona's so irritating. So now that Miona has gotten her wish for having the beach wedding, she's starting to realize how unrealistic it is to plan a destination wedding in less than 90 days with limited funds.
So expensive here, these travels. From Serbia, you can do this 3 times cheaper, the same destinations.
Every time when I tell them the date, they're like, oh no, it's too soon. So it's really frustrating.
Your age is showing, babe. Your age is showing because anybody could have told you a wedding locally at even just a community hall is expensive. You want it to be destination and beach when this man can't even afford a 1-bedroom apartment, allegedly. Yeah, okay. So we fast forward to Jabri and David and the rest of the, whatever the band name is, the rest of the crew. They're at the studio with this hotshot producer and they're trying to focus in and saying like, oh, put your phones on do not disturb. And he's just saying, okay, well, I can't do that because I need to be in touch with Miona. And David is really irritating because I understand you don't like this woman, but take into account she is new here and she is his partner. She doesn't know anybody. She needs to have an open line of communication with this man. And he's just not understanding. And Jabri has had enough.
You know, she's here alone. She only has Jabri. She don't have no family here, no nothing, no friends.
Why you gotta text her? Why you gotta just let, I mean, she knows you in the studio.
Hey, bro, stop.
Hey, stop, bro.
Stop. No, fuck you up. Stop. We don't need to...
Now, this isn't the first time they've gotten physical. Apparently, they were physical in high school as well. So maybe they just be fighting. It could be produced as well because I was like, there's no way David actually believes that what he's saying is correct. Like, she's a foreigner and she has nobody besides this person and you want him to cut off communication for this rinky-dink studio session with this stupid song? Like, come on. There's no way this was real. And if it was, I'm sad for you, David. Anyways, that's it for this episode. As always, make sure to like this video, subscribe and hit the bell, and leave a comment down below. I'll see you guys in the next one.